Pokemon!
Just because you run doesn't mean you're going to lose weight.
For people who run fasted, you should just shut up.
You can outrun a bad diet. The only race pace is suicide pace, and today seems like a good day to die. Is going to a run club just an excuse to meet attractive people?
I think one of the worst things you can tell somebody is...
Hey, and welcome to the PP. On today's episode, we have with us...
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Merlin. He is a lot, actually. But for this episode, he started the Camellia City Run Club. It's a run club I've been to a few times, and Merlin's a great dude, but, you know, enough of me talking about him. I'll let you kind of like say maybe a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So my name is Merlin Davis. I am originally from New Orleans East. We moved over to Slaughter right before Katrina, my family and I. So we've been here for, I'm 32 now, so we moved over when I was 12. So I've been here for about 20 years. Graduated from Slaughter High, 2011. I'm trying to think of what else. I ran track in high schools, but that has nothing to do with what we do now, to be completely honest.
Yeah, and we'll kind of get more into
like cheerleader by background, and doer of things is what I like to say.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, like when you watch an episode, especially when it's out on the internet, you never know who's watching.
Sure.
And when somebody looks at it, they're like, "Who is this guy?"
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So at least it puts kind of like a face to the name or like a little bit of a background. But they won't know you until they watch the rest of this episode. So you're welcome for now. Meeting Merlin.
There you go. Nice to meet y'all.
Yeah, it is a pleasure for you.
Yeah.
But I really want to start with the question: is going to a run club just an excuse to meet attractive people?
Shoot. Okay, so
it's a joke. Partially.
No, for sure. No, it definitely has become a trend, I will say. So over the past 2 years, so we've had the run club we have on Tuesday has gone through many forms. So it originally, when I first started running back in 2021, the run club was under Move Your Brass. Okay, so that's a group that meets out of New Orleans. And then it transitioned from Move Your Brass because
it's really like New Orleans Run Club kind of name.
Yeah. And so what they were doing didn't really align with what we were doing. So we swapped from Move Your Brass to North Shore Running Club. That was a former club run by a coach out here. So we came together and kind of reinstated North Shore Running Club. Maybe a year or so later, not even a year later, it was January. So it was January to August. We had North Shore Running Club, and then the other two people decided they didn't want to do it anymore. So I took it over, and we rebranded as Camellia City Run Club.
Yeah. So is it an excuse to just meet attractive people?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Not for me because I'm married, but there's some people
I'm just joking instead of.
No, it really is a thing. It's become a trend. There's a really big run club in New Orleans that a few of my friends go to, and they, no offense to anybody that goes there, but they say a lot of them don't really run. They just kind of come out there like half dressed, and I'm
married, but if I was single, I mean.
Yeah, it would probably be a great place to meet someone.
Yeah.
As long as you probably don't want to meet that one person that like really does run, because like they're gonna be like, oh, this guy's kind of a fake runner, like he's just here to meet me, type thing. So yeah, I definitely think so.
Yeah. It's a joke, but just like in prepping for the episode, I kept seeing that and I was like, dude, that's so funny.
Yeah,
I gotta ask him.
Yeah, no, I think it is too. And we've had some people who've come to Tuesdays and they've started dating. Like at Run Club. Yeah. They start rolling up to Run Club together, and I'm like, why? Like we have a guy who just started dating somebody, and I'm like, I've been seeing y'all pull up in the same car together. Like, what's going on? And I'm like, are y'all dating? We were texting about it, and he was like, yeah, we are. Like, nobody knows. I was like, oh, it's obvious. Like,
nobody knows.
It's very obvious, my dude. But yeah, so I definitely think it's a great social avenue to meet someone for sure.
That's so funny. Well, I guess in that, why did you, I guess, want to start a run club or want to lead it on the North Shore? I know you said you came from another one that's kind of evolved into what it is now.
Yeah.
But like, what makes you want to lead the run club or even start one?
Yeah, so I think from my perspective, I just like coaching. So I coach cheerleading, and the best part of cheerleading for me is, I mean, outside of winning, because I love to win.
Yeah.
But who doesn't? Outside of winning, the biggest part of cheerleading for me is seeing like my girls grow. That's the biggest thing. So I've always been a acts of service type of guy. And I think it for me, I think it's an act of service, like hosting a place where people can come and meet other people, get kind of out of their comfort zone. Fitness has always been a big part of my life, so like it creates an opportunity for people to get in better shape. I think that's really what it's been. It's really just been an act of. I get a lot of fulfillment by seeing people come to Tuesdays, basically die on the track doing
Yeah.
those workouts, and they go to a race.
I like that you get fulfillment of watching people die. It's
Yeah,
great.
the workouts are hard, but like we put in a
Yeah.
lot of good work. But seeing those people come Tuesday after Tuesday after Tuesday, and they run a little bit
Do you kind
farther.
of get excited in a sadistic kind of way when you have a grueling workout that no one knows about and you show
Yeah,
up and you're
yeah,
like, guess what we're doing?
yeah. No, for real. So that's it's definitely fun for me to see people challenge themselves. Like the
Hmm.
workouts are hard. I always tell people like if you're gonna come on
Yeah.
Tuesdays, workout A, the harder workout it's tough work.
Yeah.
But that's why I always put workout B, because workout B is usually just like 1 to 2 miles at any pace. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's what
And
it
not
is.
everybody follows those workouts. Some people
And
just,
that's okay. Like
yeah.
we don't care. It's
Like
it's the
some people just show up to
Yeah.
just run.
You can come and sit on the field and talk for all you want. It's the community part of it that
Yeah.
gets me excited. So I think it's an acts of service type thing. Getting there, setting it up, getting the water set up, planning a workout, and
Yeah.
you know, planning the workout based off how the weather is going to be, because it's super hot right now. So you kind of got to plan for those types of things. So I think that's what it is. It's just the fulfillment of seeing other people push themselves. Like I think I get a lot out of it for myself, and even for that one time, like I just started running again too. So like I wasn't even running because I was injured, but like just watching people come out there and like push themselves,
Yeah.
I love that.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I really enjoy um like because I can hear it in the tone of your voice and the way you're talking about it that you truly do love it.
Yeah.
But what I really enjoy is that people who have had the fortunate opportunity to find out how awesome coaching is.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows, it feels good to do things for others and to watch people grow.
Right.
But coaching is such like a unique thing that like some people coach, but they don't understand what it means to be a coach,
Right.
and they just try to run people into the ground and they
Yep.
think it's just hard work. I guess I'd call it like the old school mentality.
Yeah.
But the people who've learned what it means to like inspire people, like put a fire inside of them instead of underneath them, and to really coach them,
Yeah.
that's what excites me. And
Yeah.
it sounds like you've kind of that's the reason is that's what you found.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because we don't get paid to coach. I mean, I get paid for cheer, but I don't do it for the money. It's like I don't do it for the free trip to Disney that we take once a year. Like I just had this conversation with my girls last week. We had our last practice for the summer until they come back right before school. And I always tell them like I'm your coach, but like I'm kind of like big bro, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
if y'all ever need anything, like this goes so much further than cheer. I always like to tell people like I'm your life coach before I'm your cheer coach. Like, am I instilling things in you? Like, am I making you just a better cheerleader, or am I making you a better person? That's kind of how I approach all my coaching. Like, am I giving you things that you're gonna take from cheer and go to college and be like, wow, like I remember that one time Coach Merlin was like killing us, but like, he instilled in me that I can do
yeah,
hard things. Like that's what's important to
dog. That
me.
that excites me so much.
Yeah,
My
that's what's important to
my
me.
entire coaching philosophy, and there's actually a few episodes. We just did one with uh, I say we like I'm multiple people. uh, we just do it with Core Performance Academy. There's one with
Oh
Bill
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Parisi. There's a few others, and throughout all of them, I've always had my own philosophy, and I'm finding it is 100% true
Yeah,
that I was never out to make better athletes. I was out to make better people,
yeah.
and the athlete came from the better people.
Right.
That is my coaching tried and true
Yeah,
methodology, and I've stuck to it. And it seems like everybody else that has stuck to that has always been successful in one way or another.
Yeah.
So that's it. I just sorry, it excites me so very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say it. I just get so excited when I
Right.
hear other people talk about it like that.
Yeah. And a lot
'Cause
of coaches
you
don't get
found
that.
that. You found that diamond in the rough of coaching.
Exactly. Exactly. A lot of coaches don't get that part either. And like I said, I love winning, and but it's not at the forefront. Like if we don't win, but y'all gave it your all, and they know they left it all out on the floor, then that's all I care about.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the season when we had tryouts, I told them the only thing I'm going to ask from you ever is effort. That's all I want from y'all. You don't have to be the best. You can be the worst like cheerleader ever. Like I have girls on my team who have never cheered before, and we're at the varsity level. That's unheard of, and they are some of the best kids on my team right now. So if they come in and give effort, I always tell them you can do infinitely more than you ever think you could, as long as you just come in and give effort.
Well, for those who are listening or watching, if that doesn't motivate you to go show up and run, then
Yeah.
I don't know what will.
Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Slotto High. That's us.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. If you're local,
Yeah.
if you are not local, just go run. Just get out there and go do it.
Yeah.
Go
Go do
find some.
something. Just get moving.
But that kind of leads me into my next like set of questions, and these are like kind of like typical runner questions.
Sure.
Why run?
Man, so the way it's for me, the way it started is I was basically powerlifting, squatting, almost 600
It's a
pounds.
lot of weight.
It was
Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's
I
a
was
lot of weight.
squatting one day, and I failed a PR, hurt my back, could barely walk for like 3 months. And once I came back from the injury, I told myself I don't ever want to lift that much weight again. It's really unnecessary, to be honest. I wasn't competing. I was just doing it to just to do it. So I got hurt, and I told myself, man, I want to run a 5K. So that was
What
January.
made you say that though? Out of
I don't know, man. To be completely honest, I have never. It's something I had never done before, and I was like, I think I'm gonna just train for it and do it. So that was January of 22. So
I guess if you're not competing for anything and you're just trying to lift as much as you
that's
can,
all I was doing.
just deciding to randomly run a 5K is par for the course.
Yeah, yeah. So that was January of 2022. I hurt my back October of 2021. I was out till basically January, and I said, I'm gonna train for a 5K and just try it. I was a short distance runner in high school, so I ran like the 4x1, the 4x2, like I was a sprinter. So
I think most people don't start out in long distance.
nah, nah. So I ran 4 years of track, short distance only. I mean, anything longer than a lap, you lost me. I wasn't doing it.
Yeah.
So I trained for a month and a half, and that was basically end of January. The race was March 27th. My first 5K took me 48 minutes. It was like the longest 3 miles of my life.
That is a very long
Yeah, bruh, it
5K
was
time.
very long. So it was 48 minutes. And although it
But you did
sucked,
it.
yeah, my ankles were numb, my calves were on fire. Like
How long did you train for it? How many
a
months?
month and a half.
Month and a half?
Yeah. And I did Couch to 5K, the little app.
Yeah, yeah.
And I started running on the treadmill, and went to New Balance, got some shoes, and then literally I died. It sucked so bad.
It sounds like it was very much so I don't know how to get this done, but I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, yeah.
Just go get some shoes. I'm gonna download an app. I'm gonna
Exactly.
just sign up.
Just try it. Yeah. And then I after I ran that race, a friend of mine, her name is Vicky. She was actually at that same race I ran, and she was like, "Hey, like we have a run club that meets on Tuesdays in Slidell. Move Your Brass. You should come." So I started going to Move Your Brass. We started doing some track workouts. It gets a little
Such a good name.
yeah, yeah, it's great. It really is a great name. So I started training with them on the track. We were meeting at Salmon at the time, so I'm doing some track workouts. Still sucks
Yeah.
because it's like summer starting. It's the hottest. So they had convinced me somehow to run the Crescent City Classic. Now, mind you, I've never run over 3 miles ever in my life. I can't even run 3 miles without stopping. Like I can maybe run like a quarter, like not a, I wouldn't say a quarter, like maybe a half mile to like 3/4 of a mile without stopping. So they were like, just do the classic. Like it's fine. You do it. So I literally did the Crescent City Classic. It took me an hour and like 45 minutes. It's like the longest. And after that, I hired a coach, and I was like, I'm gonna get good at running. So I hired a coach, and then my coach basically took me from not even running a mile to running 10 plus.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. So that was kind of
I
the
mean,
swap.
most people are, I think, are in your mindset of, I've never ran more than this. I don't like running. I
Yeah,
couldn't imagine myself running. I actually I should have wore the shirt today. There's a shirt I have that said, it's in the Bible in Proverbs where it says, "The wicked run when no one is chasing them."
yeah, bruh,
So, like, why am I running?
bruh, bruh. And then I was like, and then the crazy part is I was like 270
I
pounds.
think I said that right. The wicked run when no one is chasing them. So, yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
along those lines.
yeah.
Sorry.
PP terms. Yeah. So, and I was like, literally like 200 and I was like 260. I was like 265.
It's a lot of weight.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough.
That
Like,
makes sense if you're lifting 500 pounds.
exactly. Like, it made sense for what I was doing.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to start running. And then, like, lost a bunch of weight, like, really dialed in nutrition, really dialed in, like, with the coach. I mean, I was paying for it. So, like, I'm one of those people, I'm like, if I'm paying for something, I'm going to do it. So, like, he had me doing like easy stuff. It was like 35-minute runs, 40, no mileage, no speed, just go out and move for 35, 45, 50. And then we eventually got up to 60 minutes of just like constant running. And then once we got up to that, he just started like drilling me with stuff. And then I literally went from not even running, 2, 3 miles, and I was running. It took,
So I guess what would be your reason for running then? Like if you were to, um, I'm starting to grasp it, but like if you were to boil it all down into one thing, what
yeah,
is the reason for running?
I think I'm a masochist and I just like doing hard things. I think that's what it is. I think I genuinely enjoy um that like feeling of like going to a place where I've never been before, mentally speaking,
Yep.
and I know it's going to hurt at some point, and I love to break through those limits. The feeling of doing something hard, like when I ran my first half marathon, I literally had a double calf cramp for the last 3 miles, but like my miles got faster for the last three. So like
Mm.
it's going to that place. I call it it's just like the cave. That's what I call it. And the way I think about it in my head is, even not just for running, but like running, cheer routines. Because like when I was competing, like cheer routines were really hard for me, at least at my level. So whenever I got to like a certain point, like I thought about it like a cave in my head, and like I'm a miner and
Yeah.
I'm trying to like fight my way out the pain cave. Like I'm trying to mine my way out the pain cave. That's
Yeah.
how I think about
I
it.
think most people do enjoy that. They just don't
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't exactly call them all masochists,
Yeah.
but I think of it in the terms of like, so for me personally, I had this mindset of, and I'll do these like little experiments to myself mentally, where I'm like, for 1 week, I'm just going to try to do everything I absolutely do not want to do.
Yeah.
I'm gonna force myself to do it, even though I don't want to do it. So that could be the dishes. It
Yeah.
could be taking out the trash. It could be folding my clothes, which is a big one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It could be well, they're all big ones, to be honest.
Sure.
But it could be running. It could be exercising. But if I actively do the things I do not want to do, which is going to cause me some form of like mental anguish or like physical anguish or like spiritual anguish,
Yeah.
whatever that effort is, after the end of it, like a good workout, I always end up feeling better.
Yeah.
You
Always.
can call it masochism, you can call it pain or whatever it is, but I think that's the reason for running. Like
Yeah.
lifting is one thing,
Right.
but it's a completely different mindset when you lift because you go lift a heavy weight and then you're done, you kind of chill out.
Yeah.
When you're running, there is no escape.
Yeah. There is no
It's
escape.
it's you, yourself, your mindset, and how fast you go, how long you go, whether you run, whether you slow down, whether you pick up, whether you're hurting and you stop, or you're hurting and you keep on going,
Yeah.
tells you more about yourself than just putting a barbell on your back and squatting.
Right. Right.
Now, putting a barbell on your back and squatting is going to help you run, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, there is no escape. You learn so much more about yourself and you better yourself through that effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Running's a very inspirational and inspiring thing, and I wish people could find the benefits of it like
Yeah.
you have.
Yeah. And I mean, I will say, like, outside of that, like that wanting to do hard things, I mean, I always try to aim and try to do things um in like a non weird way. Like I feel like I usually have a lot of eyes on me, and I think part of me doesn't like to let other people down also, because it's like my cheerleaders, for example. Like they all follow me on social media. They all see what I do, because I go to practice and they like tell me about it. So when I wake up at 4 a.m. and I go to the gym and I post on Instagram, like I have to be the example. Like if I'm telling my kids, like, hey, you need to come and work hard every single day at everything you do, then I also feel like I have to be that example as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it starts with me also, you know, and I just feel like having those eyes on me kind of creates an unnecessary pressure, but like I don't mind it because I know at the end of the day, even if it's just one person getting some inspiration out of it,
Mhm.
that's enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, not to keep quoting the Bible, not like it's a bad thing, but
Yeah.
it's just what's coming to me right now. It's that your life is a living testimony, so it's not about like what you say; it's about what you do.
Right.
And when you're a coach, and like I said, you've found that what it means to be a coach.
Yeah.
It truly is that, and you can liken a coach to a leader, a motivator. You can even liken it all the way up to a pastor,
Yeah.
just because, yeah, what you do speaks volumes.
Yeah, exactly.
People pick up on it. So when you go out and run and it's just you and you're just running by yourself, nobody sees you. Maybe you're not even recording your mileage on anything.
Right.
You just put your shoes on and you're out the door. People still see that
Yeah.
because it's what you do over time.
Yep.
So it's like they know what you've been doing, they know what you're up to. So when you're running, you technically aren't just running for yourself,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I
especially
agree.
as a coach.
Right. Right.
Um, but I did want to get into more some like technical stuff
Yeah.
with running is the difference between like because we live in hot, humid Louisiana,
Man, it's rough.
and dehydration is a thing.
Yeah.
Um, but how do you feel about thirst and dehydration? Because like people get really, 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 really over technical with running.
Yeah.
They say drink this much amount of water for your body weight. They say you got to drink this. It's like so often. Some people don't. Most people don't drink enough.
Yeah.
Um,
It was usually the case.
yeah, but how do you feel about the difference between hydrating and dehydration?
Yeah. So especially in Louisiana, I usually bring it. I mean, it's super important because once we hit the summer, it really is a like heat training type of thing. So I have friends who live in Colorado. They have the altitude. Down here we call it the poor man's altitude. It's heat.
Yeah.
So heat training is great, but you also have to make sure you're super hydrated for it. So what
Well,
it
what's crazy is like I've had runs where it was like 100 degrees out, and obviously I ran slower,
yeah.
right? But I think like I think I drank a black coffee before I did it.
Yeah.
Like I was probably dehydrated, but I got through the run just fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and there's a few more things I was gonna cover with thirst, but I was just saying it's a really weird
Yeah. It I you know what
back and forth topic.
w- the what a lot of people don't understand is sodium intake. And this is a huge thing, and there's a lot of misinformation on it. You need to consume sodium when you're running in conditions like this, because once you sweat that out and your body has no fuel, that's when the cramps come in. That's when the upset stomach comes in, the nausea, the headaches. That's when all that stuff comes in. So people always get that misconfused. Like you need to consume sodium, especially if you're a heavy sweater.
Yeah.
Like I don't sweat too much, but for people who sweat a lot, you almost need to consume more. Water doesn't hydrate you. The sodium in the electrolytes is what hydrates you. That's what people like tend to misunderstand.
Yeah.
You know, water is great, but am I putting the necessary, like I don't drink Gatorade because all the sugar and stuff in it. Like I don't do Powerade. It has to be some form of electrolytes. I should have brought some.
Yeah.
Um
There was a book I was just listening to that they were talking about this in particular, and there's like so many studies if you look them up.
Yeah.
And they were saying you can actually overhydrate with water.
Yeah.
And they tested it with marathon runners, and they would drink so much, like the day before and like the morning of, because they were trying to put as much water into their system as they possibly could.
Yeah.
And their times actually slowed down
Yeah.
because they just, I don't know if it was too much water weight, but they were
Probably.
weird way, they were like dehydrated.
Yeah.
Like they retained none of that water.
Yeah. And I mean, my question would be, how much sodium did they consume?
Yeah.
Like I coach I coach a few guys who are training for marathons right now, and I do all of their nutrition. So I have a guy named Justin. He's running San Francisco Marathon end of July, and then I have another guy. He's going for his Boston qualification in December.
That's exciting. That's a big one.
Yeah. So well, I mean, they fast guys, really fast guys. Both of them. One's local, one lives in Atlanta, and I do all their nutrition, and it's constant like sodium, sodium, replenish the replenish the sodium. Because if you don't have any, man, those muscles are gonna cramp up so fast.
Yeah.
So that's a big one, sodium.
Another thing in the book too, they said was in a lot of hot climates, they actually they gave it to Olympic athletes. They gave them popsicles. They gave
Yeah,
them cold stuff because mentally it actually like it cooled down their internal temperature
yeah,
and helped them to stay cooler. Another thing they did was, believe it or not, some studies showed that actually drinking like a hot coffee, bl- in a weird way, helped because just like it would cool off their internal temperature. The hot coffee on the inside, I don't remember how it worked. I'm gonna have to go
yeah.
reread it, but it was basically saying that because of that hot coffee on the inside, it kind of set their body into a state of like trying to already cool itself off in a
Oh,
very odd way of thinking.
never heard of that.
Yeah, not that you should go drink,
Sure,
piping
yeah.
hot coffee.
I mean, I'd be on the toilet.
Yeah.
Like,
But there's just so many like different ways to approach the topic of hydration.
yeah,
But I think you are right that yeah, you do need sodium.
yeah,
You needed. I like to fall under the lines of like drink as much as you are thirsty, but
yeah,
include sodium.
yeah.
Don't try to just like constantly just consume as much water as whatever app you're listening to
Yeah.
or whatever it is. But yeah, if you're thirsty, you clearly need water.
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Sodium's the
Kind
big
of like a
one.
listen to your body thing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess one of the other things I wanted to go into is heel striking versus like your soul.
I don't think either one is wrong.
No?
No, I think there are some guys who, I mean, there's if you look at,
And I'm also gonna say this in a way of like the drop in your shoe as well.
yeah, so that's
So
another big
both of
thing
those go
too.
hand in hand. And
Yeah,
for those of you who are watching this who don't understand what the drop in the shoe is, you'll see like 0,
it's usually
six
like,
millimeter,
yeah,
10 millimeter, but it's essentially
big drops.
the difference between the toe, the balls of your feet, and the heel of the shoe,
Yeah.
like the thickness of the shoe,
Yep. Yep.
which does change up your running mechanics. Just
Yeah.
for those who don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So I think it depends on what shoe you're wearing too. So if you're wearing if you're wearing a shoe like this, for example, like this shoe does have a little bit of a drop. You can see like this has a drop right here, but this is, I mean, maybe an inch or so. The higher the drop, the more the shoe naturally rocks forward. So once you get into like super shoes is what we call them, like those shoes that have that carbon plate that runs throughout
yeah,
the entire shoe, it's really gonna be a like forefoot through the toe. So, but I mean, if you're this is a really big topic. If you're running slower than like 8:30 pace, you don't need a super shoe because you're not utilizing it the way it needs to be utilized. So
yeah.
if you need to be wearing something that's more comfortable.
So the thing about the carbon fiber, I think a lot of people don't realize is the carbon fiber only works when the carbon fiber is flexed.
Yeah,
So essentially, when you run, your shoe flexes and you are using energy. And you're putting energy into that carbon fiber. So when that plate flexes, it's now going to give you energy back.
yeah, it's gonna
So
push off. Yep.
yeah, if you're not running fast enough, you're just not even using the shoe.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I have some really fast friends who are like 4-foot strikers through the toe. I have some guys who like whose heel hit first. I mean,
Yeah.
they all run
I
great.
I personally feel a certain way about the the drops, because I
Yeah.
went from about a few years ago I ran a half marathon. I hired a coach, and I ran in this one, like I think it was like 12 millimeters, something like that. It was a real big drop.
Yeah.
Um, and I pretty much was striking pretty flat. I'd say probably on my heel, if anything.
Yeah.
And I ran with the entire time. After that, I tried to go to a zero drop shoe. Huge
Yeah.
mistake.
Huge mistake. Yeah.
Huge mistake. Just because I was like, oh man, I want to do zero drop.
Yeah.
That's I don't know why I was there, but I was like, I want to switch over to that and get those, thinner, I guess, cushion shoes, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But by doing so, I tried to switch over way too fast and start running too fast, and I actually ended up having a bone spur
Of
on my
course.
heel,
Mm-hmm.
because my body, even though it was used to mileage, it was not ready for the difference in my running mechanics. My calves were extremely tight
Yeah.
because striking forefoot instead of heel caused, yeah, it threw me off
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. I will say, if you are running, like I said, if you are running slower than 8:30 pace, you probably don't need a tempo or a carbon fiber shoe. And if you are training only in tempo shoes or carbon fiber shoes, you're setting yourself up for an injury because you need to be rotating shoes from flat, neutral, cushion shoes. And then on race day, you need to swap to the carbon plated shoe. You're setting yourself up for an injury. People don't realize also is that if you're not strong enough to use a carbon plate, it almost hurts you more to use that shoe because like it takes a certain amount of muscles and a certain amount of strength to be able to utilize that shoe correctly. If you're not strong enough for it, you'll get an injury.
So you believe it benefits you from having multiple shoes for different type of runs, like a long distance run, an easy run,
Yeah.
speed run?
Yeah. So I have a pair of easy run shoes. I have a pair of tempo shoes that we use on like a Tuesday. None are carbon plated. But if I'm running long, I need to be comfortable. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm running easy, I need to be comfortable. Tempo shoe, I'm running faster, but I still got to be comfortable. Like when I get to race day is where the uncomfortable should happen. Like it should feel comfortable in a sense of like I've been training for it, so I know I can do the distance, but I'm running harder and I'm running faster. So like that's when the uncomfort I
Yeah.
feel should come. But you shouldn't be using carbon plated shoes for every run.
So I really only have like one or two more things for the more of the technical stuff, but it's essentially heart rate training or like zone training.
Yeah.
I guess so. For this question, for those of you who don't know, want to look more into it, and get your own personal opinion about it, it's based off of your max heart rate, which I think it's 220 minus your age.
Yeah.
There's more like specific ways to do it, but these are for like the people who are like, you know, fitness, run, just like,
Science guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and I think like zone one it's always at a certain percentage of that max heart rate.
Right.
So on like easy days, you got to stay in zone one,
Mm-hmm.
and on speed workouts, you got to be hitting that zone 3.
Threshold.
And
Yeah.
yeah. But how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in it, and I mean I'm a perfect example of it. So when I went to start training for my half marathon, I started training in July. We were running the North Shore half in October. So that's what is that? July, August, September, October. So it was about 3.5 months of a training block. In the summer, my heart rate was, I mean, even on easy runs, it was still like high 160s, high 170s, which would be end of zone 3, really going into like that threshold, which we like top of zone 4
For you
if
personally?
yeah, for me personally. So we trained, we trained, we trained. We did a lot of easy runs in zone 2, and my paces dropped as I got more fit. We got to a race day. I ran the North Shore Half Marathon. I ran the first 10 miles with a heart rate less than 150. It was 145 to 150
Oh wow,
at tempo pace, at my race pace. Yeah.
wow,
And
that's
then
really good.
from mile 10 to 13, when I caught the double calf cramp, it shot up. But if I wouldn't have
That's gonna
gotten
happen if you got cramps though.
correct. So if I wouldn't have gotten a cramp, I would have ran that whole race with like I think my highest heart rate that day was 152 until mile 10. And we were running fast. Like we were running
Mm.
8:30 or faster.
Do you think people overanalyze their zones though?
Yes, yes. And I think a lot of times people let their watches or whatever software they use decide what that is, and it's usually wrong. So, like, I have a Koros, I have some people who run with Garmin, and it's a, you got to really, you do have to analyze it, but it's not as complex as people think. And I always just tell people slow down a little bit because you're hurting yourself more than you're helping yourself by running with a 170 versus like trying to just stay in 150. But it's a discipline thing. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So like I have, like I said, I have the two guys that I coach right now. I always tell them if we're doing an easy run and your heart rate gets over 145, we'll just say for an example for one of them, I tell them to stop, walk, let it come down, and then start going again.
So you think it's better to run more at a slower pace than to run faster?
Yeah. So what this is what you got to realize is my heart doesn't know how long I ran. My heart only knows how long it's been working.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So my heart doesn't know, oh, Merlin just ran 10 miles. My heart just knows I've been pumping blood at an elevated rate for an hour.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference. Like people like think, oh, if I just do 10, like your heart doesn't know. It just knows how hard it works. So if I can get my heart working at a lower rate, it essentially makes those other zones harder. Like my heart is more fit now
Yeah.
because I've been doing it at a lower rate.
It's a great way to think about it. It's kind of like that's what makes sprinters the same as distance runners is you're both just trying to improve your body's efficiency.
Yeah, that's
Because
it.
sprinters, you're trying to increase the amount of force you can put in the ground
Mm-hmm.
to go forward,
Yep.
and the mechanics, and you're actually trying to when you sprint, you're actually trying to slow down the slowest.
Right. Right.
So Usain Bolt is the fastest, right? But he's actually the best at slowing down the slowest. So
Yep.
it looks like he pulls away
Right.
in the
Right.
last part of the 100, but really he's just maintaining his speed the best.
Yep.
And the same thing for endurance athletes is that you are trying to get your heart to work more efficiently, your lungs to work more efficiently.
Yep.
And that's all it is just it's efficiency.
Yeah, and it's also genetics too. I mean,
It
genetics
does, yeah.
genetics play a big part in heart rate. I mean, you can still train it and improve it, but I mean
Yeah.
that's another thing too. Like, I mean, but for me to be my size and run a half marathon at 145, I mean, I'm like, if I can do it, you can do it. It just takes a lot of discipline to run slow, a lot.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to go over like the different types of fuel, like carbo loading, just
Yeah,
because that's a big one.
sure.
But more importantly, I really, really want to get into like running motivation, just because
Yeah,
that's the part that excites me.
right.
Like, do you have mantras that you use or give to people? I have my own that I've always had. I've used specifically in races.
Yeah.
But what are some of yours?
Oh man, I tell this to the run club every Tuesday. It's supposed to hurt. That's what I tell them every Tuesday. We were training for the Crescent City Classic,
Is that what you
and
tell yourself in the middle of a run?
yeah, it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to. Am I here to just finish or am I here to push myself? And I tell them that every Tuesday, like this workout is going to hurt because it teaches you something here. Physically, you're able to do it.
Hmm.
But if you don't believe it here, then you're almost setting yourself up for failure before you even start. So I always tell them, like, hey, I see them every Tuesday. So I know their weaknesses.
Yeah.
I know what they can and can't do. I know what they're good at. I know what they're not good at. So I design workouts specifically to challenge them like that. And it's like, even with the two guys I coach, like I know what they're good at and I know what they're bad at. So I have to create opportunities for them to mentally fight the bad things and get better at them, or they're going to suffer when they get to the marathon.
Yeah.
So like Justin, for example, on the back half of workouts, he's weaker. He'll get 10 miles in on a 16-mile run. Those last 6 miles, he's in the pain cave. But I know the first 10 miles are going to be like chill for him. So what I'll do,
Can we get the pain cave on a t-shirt? Because
yeah,
it
we
sounds like
need to. We need to. So the first 10 miles, I'll let him run them easy. but specifically on those last 6 miles, it'll be like it'll be 3 by 2 miles at marathon pace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like I'll make him run faster.
Hmm.
And that creates an opportunity. Either you're gonna give in to it or you're gonna fight through it.
Have you heard of Steve Prefontaine?
Mm-mm.
I don't remember. I probably butchered the name, but he was a I guess I would call him a classic old school runner.
Yeah.
But he was very very well known, very famous.
Okay.
The reason I'm bringing it up is there is a quote that made me think of a story back in high school and on the cross country team. We had a quote from him just because we were like, this is an awesome quote. And
Yeah.
it got turned down and we couldn't put it on our shirt. It was always upsetting.
Yeah.
I think some of us made shirts anyway.
Must
But
be
the
a good
quote
one.
is the only race pace is suicide pace. And
Yeah.
today seems like a good day to die.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were like, that's so hardcore. I love
Right.
it.
Right. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
principal
saying.
was like, no, we can't
Yeah, you
talk
can't
about
put that.
suicide.
Definitely not.
But we were like,
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I always tell them it's supposed to hurt, or I always tell them suffer or die.
Yeah.
It's like,
One of the mantras I would tell myself during a race or while I'm running is I would pick a point. So while I'm running, and the first mile is always the easiest.
yeah.
You know, you feel great, you get that. I don't know, I don't even want to call it a runner's high because it's not the same, but it's just when you feel the best.
Yeah.
So once you hit the wall, what do you tell yourself? Well, I would always look to a certain point, and like it would be a tree or a mailbox or wherever I was
Mhm.
running, and I would tell myself like, okay, the pace that I'm running at, I can get to that tree. I can get
Yeah.
to that mailbox. I can get to whatever that point is.
Yeah.
And I would just, while I'm thinking this, I'm still moving forward. I'm still actively getting to that goal.
Yeah.
I can't see mile 3 in this 5K, but I could see, you know, this tree right here.
Right.
I can get to that tree. So I'm running, I get to the tree and I'm like, all right, well, I'm at this pace. I could probably get to that one.
Yeah.
And then I just basically do that. And before I know it, I'm, you know, now 2 miles in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just got to gut it out.
Yeah.
And I just, you know, I can get to there. I can get to this point.
Exactly. I've done that before too.
Yeah. It's like
So-
I'm putting my confidence in what I absolutely know I can get to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that doubt does creep in, and I don't know whether or not I can hit this pace or if I can really push myself this
Yeah.
entire distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I do know I can do that.
Yeah. And I always tell my guys, trust your training. And it really comes down to, outside of trusting your training, you have to trust yourself. And it's a belief in yourself. That's why I
Yeah.
always tell them, like, I have to create hard opportunities for all the people that I coach to feel that. Because if they feel it on race day, it's too late. Like, they have to feel that before race day. My cheerleaders have to feel that before they hit the floor. Like, if it has to be something that we know is gonna suck, but we have to have felt it before we get to that point.
Yeah, I use the same thing. You don't rise to the level of the occasion. You fall to the level of your training.
Exactly.
I do want to go into the race you're actually setting up for
Mhm.
people watching this. If you want to come in town, if you're local,
Yeah.
wherever you're at. I think you've been doing it for the past few years now.
Yeah, this is year 3 we're going into.
But I wanted to go over that real quick before we go into a really fun segment I
Yeah.
have planned.
Okay.
And then kind of closing it out. But I guess can you tell me or tell the viewers more about the race that you're setting up?
Yeah. So you kind of want, like, where the idea came from, you want to know, or just
I guess both. I want to know where it's at, the distance.
Yeah. So
more about it.
Sure.
How
So-
it came about.
got it. So I'll throw some advertisement out. It's December 6th this year. It's called Rockin' Around Old Town. This is year
2025. depending on when you're watching
2025.
this.
Yeah. 2025, Rockin' Around Old Town. The race came from an idea
Slaughter,
of
Louisiana.
Yeah, Slaughter, Louisiana. Sorry. Slaughter, Louisiana,
okay.
Rockin' Around Old Town. Year 3. The idea really came from just a lack of being races in Slidell. We spent a lot of time just kind of with the run club. We spent a lot of time racing in New Orleans. You know, we spent a lot of time racing in Mandeville, Covington. They have a ton of races. And so I told my wife, it was in August of, we were in 25. So the first one was 2023. I tell Rachel in August of 2023, I say, hey, I want to put on a 5K. And she was like, well, when? I said, in December. I think I can put it on in.
That's a great response from your wife.
Yeah.
Kudos to her.
Yeah. And I was like, it was end of August. It was August like 20 something. And I was like, I think we can put it on. And she was like, 3 months? And I was like, yeah, let's just try. So I'm one of those people where like when an idea comes to me and I know the idea.
I could tell.
Yeah. Well, the thing is I had mentioned it before and we
Mhm.
never acted upon it.
Yeah.
But I know, and this is just something that's always happened with me, like from a discernment point of view, I know when an idea hits my head and it doesn't leave, that God's trying to tell me something. Okay. And like I have a lot of ideas and my brain does not stop. But I know once an idea hits my head and it doesn't ever go away, and like God can remind me of
Yeah.
it at every single point, I know
That's a good way to recognize what that idea is, because
yeah.
sometimes I'm just too stupid to recognize it,
Yeah,
and
same.
it takes time.
Same. So like earlier in the year, I had mentioned it. Man, like we don't have enough races in Slidell. I'm talking to Rachel. We don't have enough races in Slidell, and I'll wait till August, and I'm like, let's just try to do it. So I start reaching out to, I mean, everybody. I didn't know anything about putting on a race, like the permitting, buying medals, bibs, timing, course,
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
setup.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
so interested in it.
course setup. I knew nothing. So I reached out to a few of my run friends and I'm like, hey, like, do you have any contacts of people who have set up races before? So they got me in contact with some people. I hired a timing company. I went into Old Town because I was like, it would be a great place to do it. And the another part of the idea was, can I bring businesses to local businesses down in Old Town? Patrick Himes trying to revitalize this area. Like, can I help?
Yeah,
Type thing. And I went to Rob at Legends.
yeah.
So
We have an episode with
I
Rob.
know, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
great
Shout out
barbershop.
Rob. He's a good
Yeah, shout
dude.
out to
Good,
that episode too if you
yeah,
guys want to check it
good
out.
dude. So
You don't even need to
I,
be local to enjoy that episode.
yeah,
There's so much good stuff in that
man,
one.
he's killing it, bro.
Yeah,
Shout out Rob.
barbers used to literally like pull out teeth,
Yeah.
amputate legs. Yeah, it's a wild episode. If you want.
So I hit Rob up and I'm like, hey man, do you have any contacts of people in Old Town that you feel like could assist with this? He gives me Patrick Himes' number. Now keep in mind, I have no idea who this guy
I
is.
don't know who he is. Yeah.
Well, if you don't know, he owns Brass Monkey,
Oh, okay. So he
Old
owns a lot of the businesses.
he owns Brass Monkey, Old Town Pizza, Whiskey and Ash, Luna Tequila, Hatchet House, Arcade on Cary. He is head of the booster club at Slaughter High for the football team. His son's a senior. He's a kicker. He's the kicker for Slaughter
So he's
High.
very, very big in the local
Yeah,
community.
yeah. So I
Yeah.
get his number and I go, I'm just gonna call him. So I pick up the phone. He always answers. If you ever call Patrick, if you ever meet him, he always answers the phones. This is Patrick. So I'm like fumbling. I'm like, hey man.
I can't. Sorry, dude. I just immediately go to SpongeBob.
Yeah, no, literally. This is Patrick. No. So he answers the phone. Hey, this is Patrick. And I go, hey, look, man, my name's Merlin Davis. I got your number from Rob over at Legends. I'm looking to put on an event in Old Town. He told me you're a good resource to get in contact with. Would love to come sit down with you and just kind of. And so he goes, well, what are you thinking? I go, well, I'm a runner. I want to put on a 5K. And he was like, well, we've tried this before. And I'm like, yeah, but you're not a runner. No offense. I know what I've been to good races around the country. You know, I've raced a lot. I know what a good race looks like.
Yeah.
And I have enough running resources behind me between the run club, friends I've made over the past 2 years to tell me, Merlin, that's a terrible idea. This is a great idea. So I go over to Brass Monkey one day, meet him. We talk about all of it. And I mean, so that was like one of the first steps. So I go over there talking to him and I'm like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, he's like, well, what do you want from us? He's like, what's your budget? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, he's like, what do you want from us? And I was like, I mean, runners love alcohol. They love beer after races.
Yep.
I would love if we could, purchase, some like kegs from you or whatever. He goes, I'll donate it. All of it. And I'm like, holy crap. So that's how Like that's how I'm like, okay, now I'm getting hype. You know what I'm saying? Like he's
That's when
like,
it becomes real. Once
yeah,
you have somebody invested, they could see your vision,
yeah,
and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do this thing.
exactly. And so Patrick, shout out Patrick, man. Shout out the Himes, him, Erica. Erica's his wife. Shout
Okay.
out the Himes, man. They're just great. I mean, they're great people. So he's like, we'll donate it, and I'm like, sick. So I'm like, that's just one piece though. I haven't even like put together a course yet. I gotta find a 5K course that's like
And you need volunteers. You need
volunteers. I need food.
marketing.
Yeah, everything. So I need a website set up for registration. So the
Yep.
timing people help me actually set up
All
the
within 3 months.
within 3 months.
Okay.
The timing people help me set up the registration website. We opened registration in like maybe 2 weeks after all of these meetings happened. I
Oh, real quick though, for those of you who don't know, Merlin also works a full-time job, and this is not him getting paid for it.
yes,
So when you
yes,
say you don't have time for things, it just means you are not motivated enough to
yeah.
get that thing done, whatever it
Or you're
is.
not using your time wisely.
Yeah,
So we open up registration 2 weeks later, and I'm like, man, what if nobody? All the doubt starts seeping in. Like, what if nobody registers? Like, what if it's the bust? You know. So now we're in September, so we're just kind of posting it, and I'm like, well, we need a food sponsor now. So I reach out to Patrick again. Hey, do you know anybody who would want to cook a ton of jambalaya because it's easy and it's cheap and runners love it? And he's
yeah,
like,
that's it. Most of the races I've been to, it's always jambalaya and beer. That's
or
yeah,
jambalaya, beer, red beans, because we're in
yeah, and
Louisiana.
then they get a few businesses to come by, and they serve
Yeah,
drinks and yeah,
exactly. So he's like, reach out to somebody from, I forget, it was like somebody from Cote, that restaurant, but that didn't work out. So I had a friend who was working at T. LeBlanc's on Robert. It's like right next door to Serenchi.
yeah, yeah.
And she's like, I call Tony LeBlanc, the owner. I got her number, call her. And I'm like, hey, look, I'm doing this. I want to sell it out at 400 people. Like, would y'all cook like a bunch of jambalaya for the race? And I'm like, just let me know how much it would cost. I call them for catering. She's like, we'll donate it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And I'm like, this could be 400 people we're talking about. She's like, just let me know how much, we got it. And I'm like, oh
I have a
my,
question for these businesses. Is this a tax write-off for them to?
I would have 100% assume so.
Because I guess is the race considered like a nonprofit or like a LLC kind of
No,
thing?
so it's an LLC. I mean, there we donate money, but
Yeah,
I'm not a nonprofit.
yeah. I'm
Like,
just thinking of it in a business sense out of curiosity. I guess for like if somebody who owns a business is watching,
yeah,
if it is like a
I would assume they 100% write off everything that they donate.
yeah,
For
because that's a
them,
that's an easy sell. It's like,
yeah,
hey, there's a local running event.
yeah,
It's good for the community. It's good for everybody. Put your
exactly.
business out there, and it's a tax write-off because you got to
Yeah,
spend some money somewhere
yeah.
if you're doing well.
No, I think they 100% write it all off. I mean, I don't, that's between them and their accountants,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, I was just curious.
so she donates all the jambalaya. So I'm like, all right, so now we're blowing up registration. Got a good, I think we were maybe at like 100 people come October. It slows down. Like the goal was to try to get 400 people because that would put us at like the biggest race Slidell has ever had if we hit 400
This is
people
for the very first year.
first year in 3 months. And I'm like, Slidell has never had a race with that many people in it,
Yeah.
And I'm like, what if we did it in 3 months? So now now Rachel's helping me on something, but like I'm one of those people when I do something, I'm a perfectionist, so I like to do it by myself the first time, and then I usually get burned in the end, and that prompts me to be like, all right, maybe I need a little bit more help. So I'm doing all of this. So I'm calling the city, like, hey, what do we need permit wise? What do I need to do? What do I need to submit? Like, so I had to get an insurance policy. I had to submit the course to Chief Fandle. He had to sign off that it was safe. And then once he signed off on it, he said you need blanket amount of police to be on course
Hmm.
to police it and make sure it's safe. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta order medals. I get with Donald at Bridge Street Inc. to make the t-shirt design, all that stuff. So it's a lot of moving parts. So we get to like I said, we get to October and it slows down like dramatically. I think we were at maybe 125 people, and I'm like, it's end of October. I think we hit maybe 150, and I was like, man, like there's no way we're getting 250 people in a month. So, and I was like, if you go into the holidays, people don't want to spend money,
Yeah.
and you got Thanksgiving, so I just kept pushing it, kept
What did
pushing it, kept pushing it.
what did y'all end up getting to for the number of people that
Yeah, so
showed up?
that's what I'm getting to. So we got to it. It was the week before. 2 weeks, 2 weeks before, 250 people signed up.
That's a lot.
It was wild. So we went from 150 to 400 in a week and a half.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were like, what the heck? Like sold out event first year, right? And if you don't know were you there that first year?
I was not, no.
Okay, well, it's important that I tell this story. So we get to race day. We're out on course setting up. Me and the timing people, they came out and helped me. My volunteers are there at like 5:30 for on course registration.
What time did the race start?
That the first year started at 8.
It started at 8. Okay.
8
And
or 8.
y'all
No,
are
we started at 8:30. I lied.
8:30 and y'all are getting there for
We were there at 5.
okay.
I was there at 5.
This is a 5K?
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar with the course, it started underneath the umbrellas in Old Town right next to Roots Coffee Shop. And it runs down, you take a right, take a left, run straight, turn around, come back, and it's basically over. We're on course, everything's good, everybody's hype, I'm hype. You do the Pledge of Allegiance, you do a prayer that morning. So we have a blowhorn to start the race, and we get ready to start. I blow the horn, they take off. 2 blocks up, a runner takes a wrong turn. All 400 people follow him. Like, quite possibly, like I said, perfectionist here.
Yeah.
Like, when I tell you, my heart just dropped. So I get a call. Hey, Merlin, like, we have a problem. All runners took a wrong turn.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I'm talking all 400 people followed them.
Ooh, man, you gutted.
Man, I jump in the car, and I'm like driving down to try to like cut them off to try to get them back. It was too late. That day, 5K race, so 3.1 miles. That day, nobody ran less than 5 miles. It was a 10K. It turned into a 10K.
Wow.
Now, I, man, my heart just kind of sinks. It's funny now.
Yeah.
Like it's a really good joke now.
Yeah,
Because
I'm like trying not to say that's great.
yeah, yeah, it's a joke now for sure. But in the moment, I was completely devastated, and it's like one of those things where, like I was already having doubts about the race. Like yeah, like we sold out and stuff like that. But I'm like, if you mess up on these types of things, more than likely people aren't gonna come back
Yeah.
after it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but so I'm at the finish line and I'm in tears, like full on tears. And this is like one of those things where like I say there's a lot of eyes on me. My wife comes up to me and thank God for her. She like I'm literally like full on just crying because I was so upset.
Yeah.
And she turns me around and she goes, look, you're the face of the race and everybody's watching you. And if you don't get it together, like this will determine what happens for the rest of the day. Like people are going to see you and they're going to either be like, wow, like it's it's okay, you know what I'm saying? Or I can just sit here a mess and just kind of mope. And I wiped my tears away, turn around. I started clapping people through the finish line, started handing out medals.
It's almost like that's like the most perfect thing to say.
Yeah, yeah. Like started handing out medals, and I started asking people probably the worst question I could ask them that day. Like, hey, like how many miles did you run? And everybody was like, I ran 5, I ran 5.5, I ran 6, but I still had fun regardless. I didn't know I could run that far,
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I was still very upset because I was like, well, what if we try to do this again next year and nobody comes back because they know We screwed it up this year, but I think we only had one upset person that came up to me and was like,
That's great.
yeah, one upset person. She came up to me and she was upset, and we talked about it, and it is what it is. And she said, this course wasn't safe. And I said, well, the course was actually really safe, but you weren't on the course.
You're gonna get that.
Yeah, you
when
weren't
you
on
do
the
anything
course.
with the community. Yeah.
Right. Well, that was out of, but everybody was like, I didn't know I could run that far. Like, it was a great challenge for me.
Yeah, so one of
Like, after party was still really fun. The food from Tila Blancs was good. The beer was cold from Brass Monkey, and the sponsors y'all had out here were really great, and we had a great time regardless. And then fast forward to 2024, we were at packet pickup for
Yeah.
everything. Everybody's coming in. Hey, yo, we're gonna go the right way this year, right? So it's a joke now,
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's
Yeah, I've been filming weddings for like the past almost a decade now.
yeah,
And out of all the weddings I've seen, it simulates an event that you plan for,
right,
sometimes several years. And one of the best advice that I give any bride, it's usually the brides I end up talking to, but both bride and groom,
yeah,
for any wedding is that something will go wrong.
yeah,
There's gonna be something.
yep,
Like it, out of all the advice I give them, the number one piece of advice I give them is that something will happen.
yeah,
I don't know what it is. You could forget your shoes. You could forget your bouquet. The cake could not get delivered. Like
yeah,
for your wedding, this huge event, like this monumental event for your life, right? Something will go wrong. Something's gonna happen.
yeah,
But at the end of the day, it's still happening.
yeah, yep.
You're
It's
still
still here,
getting, yeah, it's still gonna happen. You're
right?
still gonna make it. But it's kind of the same thing with
Yeah,
that event. It's like you can plan all you want, even if you're going to run that race, something's gonna happen.
yeah,
It
yeah.
could be after, it could be before, it could be during. You don't know what it is. Something's gonna
Something's
happen,
gonna happen.
and you just got to roll with the punches. I'm gonna probably butcher this, but it's the 4 steps to making a plan. It's you make the plan, you execute the plan, you expect the plan to go off the rails, and then you throw away the plan.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the 4 steps to a plan.
yeah. That's good. But luckily, nobody went wrong this 2024. Like, we had a really successful event. I mean, we sold out again this past year. This year, I'm going for 500 this
Go
year.
for 500.
500 this year. We'll do it. Yeah, no doubt.
I like that confidence.
Yeah, we'll do it for sure. Like, I mean, the emphasis this year is like toy drive. So we've been trying to figure out how we can make a bigger community impact.
Yeah.
So we're doing a toy drive this year.
That's exciting.
Yeah. So
Well, if you're watching this, sign up, fly into town.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I did have people fly into town for the first year and this past year too.
Yeah, and if you're a local business, please contact. And,
Yeah, I love sponsorships. Yeah, it's a great eye opener for your business.
But yeah, I mean, with that, we'll probably mention that a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
But I want to go to this next segment that I was really excited about called Hot Takes. So for this, I want you to try to like keep it real short.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you just a quick little sentence, a little hot take.
Okay.
And yeah, I just want your opinion on it real
All
quick.
right, let's get it.
This doesn't mean
I'm sitting up for this one.
doesn't mean you're for it or against it. But
You'll
obviously
know.
we will know in
Yeah.
just a second. But
You'll
I'm
know.
gonna just run through all of them real quick.
All right.
So first one, gels and energy chews don't actually work well.
That's a lie. They do work very well.
Run gum is legit.
Run gum? What is that?
It's caffeinated gum, and instead of like drinking an energy drink that sloshes around or something like that.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
You don't have time. I'm sorry. That one got me. You don't have to run every day.
You don't. I agree with that one.
Screw the metrics. Just run.
Yes. Agree.
Just because you run doesn't mean you're gonna lose weight.
100% agree. If you are not in a caloric deficit, you will not lose weight.
The runner's high is real.
100%. I feel like I'm floating when I hit the runner's high.
You can outrun a bad diet.
You cannot outrun a bad diet.
Running is not a personality.
It 100% is a personality. I will tell everybody that I'm running a race.
Race medals are just participation trophies for adults.
For some, no, I don't agree with that because everybody's running their own race.
Other runners are actually judging you, but it's always low key.
Very low key.
Your coach doesn't know everything.
100% true.
And that's all I got. There's more, but I feel like that's spicy enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some good ones.
I mean, you could have a podcast episode on almost any one of those.
Yeah, oh my gosh. We could talk about any of those for a extended period of time and talk about some things for sure.
But yeah, I just thought it was a fun way to hit multiple things.
Yeah, I love it.
Wouldn't have time to.
Yeah, those are good ones. Those are all very good ones.
But yeah, to close out the entire episode, I want to know what is the worst possible advice you can give someone, and then the best possible advice. But I want to start with the absolute worst advice.
For running?
Yes. What is the worst advice you can give somebody?
Oh, man.
Most people are like, oh, what's the best advice you can give? But I want to know what the worst is.
I think one of the worst things you can tell somebody for running. Ooh, that's a good one. I have a few of these. Let me think
You
of.
can spit them all. Honestly, I think I'd rather know what the worst ones are than
Yeah.
the best ones. Because my approach to asking people this is by asking the opposite of what the best is, you can actually figure out what you should be doing. So it's like when I want to test something and I don't know what I should be doing,
Yeah.
I figure out what I should be doing. How do you want to stay poor? Well, spend all your money.
Spend all your money, yeah. I think one of the worst things you can tell somebody is run fast for every run. And that easy runs aren't important. And I say that because everybody has different levels of fitness. And I can almost guarantee you that if somebody runs fast every single run, not only are they not benefiting, they might be getting some exercise in, but they're not benefiting their cardiovascular system. They're not becoming a better runner. They're just running fast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, and I also will say, tell people who say mobility aren't important, like isn't important, are like that's some of the worst advice that you could give somebody, because mobility is super important. And for people who run fasted, you should just shut up. Yeah, like if you tell somebody to run fasted, just stop talking. Yeah, don't ever run fasted. Your body needs energy to run. Yeah, don't ever run fasted. Those are probably my top 3.
Yeah, for the worst advice.
Yeah.
So
Worst
now,
advice.
I guess what is and you could take from that a
Yeah.
lot, but what is like the best advice you would give somebody?
I would say run your own race. I would in a weird sense, like in a life sense, we're all at different stages, and I think comparison is the thief of joy, and it's really easy sometimes to look at other people who are running far or who are running fast and say, man, like I wish I could do that. But the fact that you're out there moving and doing something is good enough. So I think run your own race and keep people around you who are going to kind of reaffirm that as well.
Yeah.
That you don't need to be running 4-minute miles or 5-minute miles or 6-minute, you don't need to be running fast like that. But like the fact that you're out here means something. We have a lady who comes to Run Club on Tuesdays. Her name's Carolyn. She's like 83, 84.
That's inspirational.
Yeah. Yeah. So like Carolyn's,
I would love to be doing that at
Yeah.
that age.
she's not very fast, but she's there. And Carolyn she'll go to the North Shore Half has a 10-miler race that they do. So they have the half, the 10, and a 5K. She'll do the 10-miler or the half. She wins her age group. She ran the Crescent City Classic. She wins her age.
If you stay alive long enough and you keep running, you're gonna start winning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
There's a guy that came to my race
Yeah.
last year,
It's fun.
and I think he's like 87, 88.
That's awesome. That's
So
awesome.
I think just run your own race and just be proud that you're there moving.
Yeah, I knew of a actually almost a relative of mine. It's like one of those like you're almost a relative but you aren't
Yeah.
kind of things. He was in his 90s. I think he was like 95. And every single day he would walk on the treadmill 2 miles.
Yeah.
But he got to 95 doing
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane.
Yeah. There's a lady. So like I'm training for a triathlon right now. I'm training for an Ironman.
Mhm.
There's this lady named Cherie Gloomfelt, and Cherie is 89,
Whew,
and she's still racing Ironman, like full distance Ironman.
that's awesome.
A 2.4 mile open water swim, a 144-mile bike ride and then running a marathon after. She's in her like late 80s, still slow.
Runners are crazy people.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah,
like she might not be the
I love
fastest.
it. I mean, we're crazy
Yeah,
people,
but
but
like
I love it.
she's out there doing an Ironman in her 80s.
That's awesome.
Like what more? There's a guy that just completed the Ironman 70.3 championships 2 weeks ago. 93, man.
That's
So just run your own race.
wow.
Just run your own race. I think that's the most important thing. Yeah. If you are completing goals in your mind and things that you set out to do, that's important. And just keep people around you that are going to build you up in that aspect to let you know that, like, we're all here together.
Yeah.
We're all here for the same thing to
I'm personally gonna take that advice.
Yeah.
So I literally this week for this episode, I just so happened to have started my marathon training.
Yeah.
I run a half. I've never run a full marathon. Signed up for it sporadically.
Yeah.
Just spur of the moment, kind of like you would run a 5K.
Right.
And because of everything else I have going on, if I didn't sign up for the race, I would not have ran this week.
Yeah.
Just get too busy, things come up. But even in your best advice, run your own race. That's literally what I'm doing.
Yep.
Is that I signed up. I'm just making it happen. I figured I'd make like a marathon series, which
Yeah.
I don't have time to do. So what I started doing is, I'm gonna just post an update every single week.
That's it.
Because that's another way to hold myself accountable. Because like I said before, your actions speak a lot louder than your words.
Yes.
So that's even why I'm saying it now. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely take that advice as well.
And put it on Strava, bro. Everybody loves kudos on Strava.
I do it on Strava personally. Don't look me up.
I get a little high whenever I get a kudo on there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh,
I gotta get it to where it doesn't send me an email because I hate the email.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I think you can turn that off.
Yeah, you can. I just haven't went in and done it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just do it. I really just use it for like my tracking purposes.
Yeah, for
Or
sure.
whenever I run, I'll like think of things like inspirational or for like the pod or stuff I
Yeah.
want to remember. And I'll just make notes in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it, man. Yeah. I mean,
That's funny though. Yeah, the kudos.
Yeah, bro. I love it when the kudos start popping up. I'm like, I love that. But
I did that.
I did that. He recognizes it. She recognizes it.
It's funny.
Yeah, just it's the community though, man. Like, just stay around people who think the same way you do, and it's in running, in life,
Yeah.
in church, finances. The people you keep around you is so important, and the run community is a really good one. And I think we have one of the best out here on the North Shore. I mean,
Yeah, there's a few.
yeah. So I mean, we have here.
Yeah, there's a few, and I see people, and I know kind of a bunch of people from the different groups.
Yeah.
And I see them basically just utilizing all the different
Yeah.
groups to go run. And
Yeah.
that's what I plan on doing.
Right.
For my training. So I'll be there on Tuesdays, and
Yeah.
there's another one.
There's one on Wednesday. There's one Saturday morning. Mandeville has Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. So I mean, we got some stuff out here, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you guys want to show up, it's Tuesdays at 6, right?
Tuesdays at 6 at Slidell High.
And man, sign up for the race at the end of the year. It's
please.
December 6th.
December 6th, rocking around Old Town. And new this year, I am taking money and we're putting it up for first place, first, second, and third.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know any local 5Ks giving out money. So
Okay.
it'll be a good one.
Can you say what the prize pool is? or-
Yeah, for sure. So it'll be first, second, third. It'll be 500 for first, male and female. It'll be 350 first, second, and then 150. So
Overall?
yeah. So 500, 350, 150. That's first, second, third, male and female.
You start
So-
bringing out all the fast people now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
ruining all my chances.
Yeah. So I'm taking
It's
$2,000.
been a while since I've ran as fast as I can for a 5K.
Yeah. Sounds like December's and you'll be fit enough. When
Yeah,
is
but I'll be training for 26.2.
when is Disney again?
So that's actually the race I'm running for my
Yeah.
very first one is the Disney ones,
Okay.
which are actually his shoes, not mine. That was not planned.
Got them in the trunk. Well, there's the 5K.
Yeah, I think it's January 11th or 12th or something like that.
You can do a 5K in December.
Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying I don't think I'm gonna be 5K fast.
You might be.
Maybe.
We're in July basically. So,
Yeah.
July, August, September.
I don't know. I feel like the
October,
5K is a little bit
November.
different.
That's 5 months. You'll be in really good shape.
Oh yeah. But it's a lot more speed. Than
It just hurts the entire time.
Yeah, speed hurts so much more.
Should hurt.
Yeah. But yeah. With that being said, thank you guys if you've got to this point. I appreciate it, and thank you, Merlin, for being on the episode.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm inspired. You have to be at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you enjoyed that episode, please feel free to subscribe, send it to your friends or whoever, sign up for the race, share it with whoever. I don't know. This is a very fun episode.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.